as we start to age, some things start to happen naturally with our bodies. So we look at things like metabolic syndrome, we look at osteoporosis, and we look at sacropenesis, okay? These are all natural occurrences that happen as we start to age. In regular speak, what this means is our body's ability to use and respond to nutrition that we take starts to decrease. We also look at muscle mass and bone density also having negative effects, so they also start to decrease as well. Okay, as the aging process happens, generally we go and see our doctor about these things. Doctors are going to automatically go straight to the pharmaceuticals. And while medicine does have its place and its purpose in life, we want to try and use strength or resistance training to help us overcome some of these issues without the negative effects, those side effects that we don't want. We also want to try and improve our quality of life. So by strength training, it's going to help us in our everyday activities continue to do what we want to do as we continue through that aging process. So we look at Wolff's Law. So Wolff's Law is a framework that basically discusses that when an organism is placed under load or force, it's forced to adapt in response to that load or force. Okay, so when we're resistance training, that's exactly what's happening. Our bone structures, our muscle structures are starting to adapt in accordance with the adaptation that we're forcing and the force that we're putting onto our bodies. Okay. So when we look at training, our bone and our soft tissue have been shown to have positive influences when we train between 70 and 90% of our 1RMs. Okay, so that moderate to heavy load has shown a lot of benefit for those tissues, their formations, and the structures themselves. When we look at protein synthesis, so our body's ability to take the nutrition that we've provided it with and transfer that into something that our muscles can use, submaximal training and 1RM training has been proven to be great for those things. So in conclusion, guys, we want to try and make sure that we're resistance training, because not only is it going to make sure that our body's ability to use our fuel, use our nutrition to the best of its ability, it's also going to help us increase our muscle mass or maintain a good level of muscle mass as we start to age, and the same thing with our bone density. Okay, so especially with women, it's very, very common that our bone density goes on a very fast slide as soon as we start to get sort of up the high ends of the 40s and into the 50s. Okay, so strength training is especially important for you. We want to make sure that as we age, we can be the best parent we can be. We're able to run around, play with our grandkids, and give our families the most we can. Make sure when we're going on holidays, we can be a part of those exciting activities. So just remember that the strength training is going to help you in your everyday life. It's going to help you do the things that you want to do, and it's going to make your life a lot more enjoyable. Okay, so today we're going to have a look at the functional movement of the deadlift. So a deadlift is going to help us safely take something from the ground to a standing position, which is quite a functional task that we perform quite often in life. So Luke's going to do a deadlift for us here so we can have a quick look at the movement. So Luke's safely picking that bar off the ground, showing a really nice neutral spine there as he moves through. He's hip hinging. So as I'm hip hinging, I'm able to develop the glutes and the hamstrings, or that back of the leg, bottom of the back muscle pattern. Quite often in our everyday lives, just from how we move and the things that we do, we end up very underdeveloped in our hamstrings and glutes and overdeveloped in our quads, so in the front here. The other thing that we're having to look at with our deadlift is we're able to work on our posture. So again, the way that we work in our everyday lives, we end up in this position here. Okay, so basically rounding out of the back, okay, and through the extensors. So we're looking at getting a bit of flexion through our spine, or opening up our chest, keeping that core nice and tight. We're also going to be working on our core strength. You can see as Luke grips the bar nice and tight, we're also looking at our grip strength. So anything to do with where we might have to pull on things, might have to use tools, all of those functional tasks are things that the grip strength is going to help with. So jump in and perform your deadlifts today. And that'll help you with your aging process. It'll also help with your bone density, your muscle mass, and working on any of those posture problems that you may have.